the moment you start to dilute who you are,
that's a big question mark.
I think it is, because you're sending mixed messages. I was saying to you before we sat down that one of the biggest... So when I started gigs, 6 years, 7 years, it was just Gigs & Co. It's my business, driven, how clear, started partnerships, which was great. And they all do it their own kind of way. So as a brand, we're very mixed. Mm-hmm. And I said to you, what we're going to be doing is we're just going to be becoming one brand, one clear vision. Yeah. This is who we are. These are our values. This is what's important to us. This is what we're all about. Do you want to use
us or not?
Absolutely. Yeah. Do you want to use us or not? And in fact, you know, the clarity, it's already, I mean, we haven't done it yet. So we're like halfway through the conversation and actually going to the other side, which, well, maybe I shouldn't be sharing this.
Go for it.
But I am. But we're doing this because I see the future in the areas that we're just talking about, which is, if I wanted you to come and work with me, mm-hmm. I'll do everything that you don't want to be doing mm-hmm. to release you to do what you're great at. Yeah. And actually, I think that authenticity and that realness about who you are will attract the people that appreciate that. Yeah. And they want you. Yeah. And there's going to be, because you're in quite high volume, high density areas, I think you're going to do extremely well by not diluting what's made you fucking successful.
Yeah. And be proud of it.
I've done the dilution, and if I could wind the clock back and just have one brand, I'd do it tomorrow. And that's me.
Has that helped your thought process?
So you're going to watch me now dilute it down.
He's going to dilute it down.
He didn't listen to a thing he said.
But to be honest, you may well make... I mean, we've been successful, so it's not a case of like, I look at the numbers and it doesn't work. But we can't really scale because of the structures that we've put in. And actually, if we had a Sam Cerrone working in one of the partnerships, how do we help Sam build a business with us properly, where she feels she can do it with the support?
Yeah, but her way.
Exactly,
My way.
I love people to be their individual self, because I believe, and Kirsty said this, not to bloody name check her twice now, once for the thongs.
You need to meet her.
Straighteners.
Straighteners, yeah.
Once for the straighteners. But the other one, when she said, company brand attracts, personal brand converts.
Okay.
And I love that. So in your brand, you know, you've got your company brand, and it's so bloody clear that any interruption of that, unless it's an evolvement, I would be cautious of.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about turning completely on its head. It's just
pivot.
Yeah, just ever so slightly more flex. I don't know, but
I just think sometimes you just got to take it away. Is it making you the money that it needs to make you? And if it isn't, then that could be you. Yeah. That could be your answer.
Yeah. What's the market like in your area?
It's tough. We'll have our best year we've ever had by a mile, but I don't think that's because of the market. I think that's because we've had a vast improvement last year. But it's tough. Sales progression is tough. Conversations are tough. It's, you know, clients are stressed, and it's about, it's never more applicable to make your clients feel heard, whether that, because there are some absolute shit shows going through, you know, and sometimes it's no one's fault, and it's hard. So, you know, I look at my sales progression, that I think selling initially is relatively simple at the minute, as long as things are priced correctly. If we're pricing correctly, not just on my house, you know, and if you sell correctly, bang, it'll go. But it's sales progression.
Find that we've got like vendors living in the world of 2021, 2022.
Yeah.
And you've got buyers being like...
They're in 2026.
They're in 2026, or making up their own little minds. So we've got like this major battle in the middle.
So how do you combat that, you two? What's your approaches to that? Because that is a fair share.
I think Mike's just made the point of it's so price sensitive.
Yeah.
It's about going up.
But how do you get vendors to see it? So if people are listening to this, this is a big part of what I teach agents to do, but I'm fascinated to know how you tackle that. So,
well, this is where
the two ways agents get houses on the market: a low fee, high price.
Well, that's why evaluation's so important. It's not just about getting the valuation right; it's about thinking about your relationship with that client for the next 6 months. Because if you're giving them all, you're educating them, but they're not listening, and it's going in one ear and out the other, and they want to do what they want. To me, that's just setting everything up for disaster. So Simon Gates actually gave me a stat, and I think it's something like 35% of people are now selling with a second agent.
Yeah.
Which I think is really high, and it hasn't been that type of market for years.
Yeah.
So I've sat down with my girls and said, vendor care, I think, is so important, because if they're not getting it, they're going to leave us. They'll then go and do the reduction of 25 grand with the next agent, and then they'll fucking sell it. So That's why I'll take advantage of if somebody's coming to me from another agent now, I'll go in at 1.5%. And it's amazing, Mike, because they barely bat an eyelid. Because when people get their
they've tasted bad.
Well, this is it. You get your 3 agents out and they think they're choosing their agent based on fee. They're then been stung 4 months later, normally 2 months later, but they can't get out their freaking contracts for another 2 months.
What do you think of contracts then?
They're fucking bullshit.
So you think zero?
To me, they're just causing havoc for the staff in the office. Do you do contracts?
Don't know what to say now. It's bullshit. We'll typically do
contracts, but
I'll do 8 weeks.
I
do 8 weeks.
It's more of if we're going to invest in
100%.
Absolutely, we do between 8 and 12. We do, and it depends what we're going to throw at it marketing wise.
It's long enough to decide whether that relationship works, in my opinion. Not only for us, but for them as well.
For sure,
I can't stand the thought of somebody being unhappy, forced to use us because there's a contract.
I totally agree.
I hate that. So some of our local ones,
it's not beneficial to anyone, is it?
Like 13 to 16 weeks plus a 28-day withdrawal.
Yeah.
But then what happens is the client's so frustrated that all they just want is an agent to sell it.
Yeah.
And it's amazing when you go out and see someone that's been on with another agent, they won't be asking you your fee. They just want it sold.
So they get to meet you.
Yeah.
They'll go, I'm going to pay you more, Sam, and then you go, well, I'm going to hand you over to somebody else. Is that a challenge?
It was initially because I think I struggled with the whole I've set up the business to
be like
just
to control
me.
It?
Yeah. So I think it's what you present. So I try and present my social media to show my goals as much as possible.
I've seen that.
And I think you do that really well as well.
Like, that first,
about your team.
That first onboarding is so. Like, I had a girl that did that before.
What was it, as an onboarding?
So I would go and value the property.
Yeah.
Win the work, pass them over. We had a girl that worked for us, and she was very charismatic. She was wonderful, and she would be the first voice they would hear. Then, so I trusted.
But you'd talk of her very proudly in the appointment. That's what I do.
That's right. And now we have
But I think that's Amy, important for someone listening to this who does take the listing or the client. They win the instruction or the trust, whichever way you want to call it, and then they're not involved after that. It's actually more about empowering the people that they're going to be passing them on to.
Well, if you're still employed in a house on the market, would you still oversee it when they're
myself?
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. So I at the point of valuation, I pass it to Amy, who onboards them, which we say is getting all the media, whether it's organising the media guys to go out, photos of floor plan, the EPC. Then it's passed to a negotiator, overseeing the whole process. We have a role which is my sister-in-law. So Laura has been with me most of the journey. So she came again. Not an estate agent background.
Yeah.
She came and we her role is vendor care, and the only thing, her main job of the company is just touching base with them. So it's almost someone for them the vendor to tell
your
tales.
retention must be quite good then.
Yeah, that's it. Well, that's it. It's just making people feel heard. So even if they're having a terrible time, and if they want to have a moan, so say if we do viewings on a Saturday, and our sales negotiator hasn't got around to the feedback till 4:00 on Monday, whatever, because chaos sometimes happens.
Mondays are the worst.
That's it. So Laura's going to touch base with them every week and just say, "How you getting on?" And it's easy for them to have a moan about the negotiator, Laura. Yeah. And Laura's never going to bollock anyway. It's not her way, but it's just someone that's got eyes on making.
So she's kind of she's in charge, if you like.
Just tell someone to who the tales get told to. Basically, just look. I'm not. So it just means we've got
feedback.
We've just got our eyes on it. So it's radically reduced people coming off the market, even if they're having a nightmare. If they're not getting the viewings. They've had 10 people not turn up.
With that stat you were just saying, Gatesy shared with you, 35% go to the next agent.
He's going to be watching this, go to 32 or something.
Yeah.
It's around 35.
Yeah, that's all right. He loves a stat.
Yeah.
But that's combating something
But that's just showing you that some vendors are going on the market at their price and not the agent's price. That's where like a Taylor's have gone out or a Countrywide have gone out to basically just get to get the instruction.
Yeah.
And not actually with the end result of I actually want to sell it, because they just go back to the office. I did it. There's an instruction, put it on the board, right, honk the horn, I'm off to get my next instruction over to you.
And then nothing really happens.